Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button to stay ahead of the curve. Preparedness isn't about paranoia. It's about having the knowledge and tools to survive when disaster strikes. If you want to be ready for any crisis, you won't want to miss our future videos. NASA has identified Asteroid 2024 YR4 as a potentially hazardous object, with a 1.3% chance of impacting Earth on December 22, 2032. While this number may seem low, it's the highest rated threat currently being monitored. If it were to hit, it could cause destruction on a scale we haven't seen in modern history. This asteroid, approximately 200 feet wide, could trigger an airburst explosion like the Tunguska event of 1908, which flattened over 100 square miles of forest. If it remains intact, a direct impact could create a massive crater, triggering earthquakes, wildfires, and even global cooling from dust thrown into the atmosphere. The question isn't just if an asteroid will hit, but when. Let's break down the risks, NASA's response, and most importantly, how you can prepare for a worst-case scenario. 1. Understanding asteroids and their danger. Asteroids are fragments from the formation of our solar system, some harmlessly orbiting between Mars and Jupiter, while others, like 2024 YR4, cross Earth's path. These near-Earth objects, NEOs, are constantly monitored by NASA and other space agencies, but some slip through undetected until it's too late. The Torino scale ranks asteroid threats from 0 to 10, with 0 meaning no risk and 10 indicating a civilization-ending impact. Most NEOs rank 1 or 2, meaning they pose little threat, but 2024 YR4 has been assigned a 3, a rare classification that demands further observation. Why is this asteroid a concern? It's a combination of size, speed, and trajectory. A 200-foot wide asteroid traveling at tens of thousands of miles per hour carries enough kinetic energy to destroy an entire city. While the most likely outcome is that it will pass Earth without incident, the 1.3% chance of impact is significant enough to take seriously. If it enters the atmosphere, it could explode in midair or hit the ground intact, each scenario carrying unique threats. The bottom line is that we must stay informed, because even a slight change in its orbit could drastically alter its impact potential. 2. Airburst explosion versus direct impact. If 2024 YR4 does collide with Earth, two main scenarios could unfold: an airburst explosion or a direct impact. Each has devastating consequences, but understanding the difference is crucial for survival. An airburst happens when an asteroid enters the atmosphere and explodes before reaching the ground. This occurred in 2013 over Chelyabinsk, Russia, when a 60-foot asteroid exploded with the force of 30 Hiroshima bombs, injuring over 1,500 people. A larger asteroid like 2024 YR4 could release energy thousands of times greater, creating a shockwave that flattens buildings, ignites fires, and blinds anyone within miles. A direct impact is even worse. If the asteroid remains intact, it could carve out a crater miles wide, sending massive amounts of dust and debris into the atmosphere, potentially triggering global cooling or a mini ice age. If it crashes into an ocean, the result would be mega tsunamis, drowning coastal cities and wiping out entire populations. Both scenarios would overwhelm emergency services, disrupt global infrastructure, and throw society into chaos. Understanding these risks is the first step toward preparing for the aftermath. 3. Immediate survival strategies. If an asteroid impact is confirmed, you won't have time to think, only to act. Your immediate survival will depend on early preparation. Key survival steps: evacuate if possible. If you live near the predicted impact zone, leave before mass panic sets in. Bunker down. If evacuation isn't an option, reinforce your shelter with concrete or underground protection. Stockpile essentials. You'll need 6 months of food, water, and medical supplies. Grocery stores will be stripped within hours. Protect yourself. Expect civil unrest. Have firearms, ammunition, and self-defense plans in place. Prepare for the fallout. Dust and debris could darken the sky for weeks. Ensure you have air filtration, gas masks, and alternative heat sources. Survival isn't about luck. It's about being proactive. The earlier you prepare, the higher your chances of making it through. 4. The long-term aftermath. What happens next? Even if you survive the initial impact, the real challenge begins afterward. If the asteroid hits land, expect fires spreading uncontrollably, toxic dust clouds lowering global temperatures, collapse of infrastructure and supply chains. If it hits the ocean, the aftermath will include mega tsunamis wiping out coastal cities, displacement of millions of people, potential saltwater contamination of freshwater supplies. Survival in this scenario requires long-term resilience, growing your own food, securing clean water, and staying protected from desperate survivors. Civilization as we know it could change forever. 5. NASA's plan. Can we stop it? NASA and other space agencies aren't just watching, they're working on planetary defense strategies. The DART mission successfully altered an asteroid's trajectory in 2022, proving that deflection is possible. However, deflecting 2024 YR4 would require years of preparation and precise timing. Potential solutions include kinetic impacts, using spacecraft to nudge the asteroid off course, gravity tractors, slow, long-term gravitational pull to alter its path, nuclear detonation, a last resort option that could shatter the asteroid into smaller, less dangerous fragments. While these solutions are promising, they aren't guaranteed. If deflection fails, impact preparation becomes our only option. 6. Securing food. After an asteroid impact. An asteroid impact could destroy agriculture, disrupt food production, and collapse supply chains, leaving grocery stores empty. Stockpiling and sustainable food sources will be key to long-term survival. Stockpiling essentials before impact focus on high-calorie, non-perishable foods, rice, beans, and pasta, long shelf life and high energy content, canned meats, fruits, and vegetables, ready to eat and nutrient-dense, freeze-dried meals, lightweight, long-lasting, and easy to prepare, cooking essentials, oil, salt, sugar, spices for flavor and preservation. Sustainable food sources. If supply chains collapse, you'll need ways to produce your own food. Gardening. Even in poor conditions, root vegetables like potatoes and carrots can grow. Livestock. Chickens and rabbits are excellent protein sources and require little space. Hunting and fishing. Learning these skills before disaster strikes is crucial. Food preservation, drying, smoking, and fermenting food will extend your supplies. Survival means planning for the long haul. Don't just stock up. Build systems that let you sustain yourself indefinitely. 7. Ensuring a clean water supply. Water is non-negotiable for survival, and an asteroid impact could contaminate lakes, rivers, and reservoirs with debris, chemicals, and radiation. Without clean water, dehydration and disease will kill more people than the impact itself. Water storage and filtration stockpiling. Water should be a top priority. Store at least 1 gallon per person per day for drinking and hygiene. Use sealed containers and rotate water every 6 months to prevent stagnation. Have multiple filtration methods. Gravity-fed filters, Berkey, Sawyer, Life Straw, remove bacteria and viruses. Boiling water kills pathogens but doesn't remove chemicals. Water purification tablets are compact and effective in emergencies. Alternative water sources. Once stored supplies run low, you'll need reliable water collection methods. Rainwater harvesting. Install barrels or cisterns to collect runoff. Wells and natural springs. If available, These offer long-term sustainability. Distillation. If water is chemically contaminated, distilling can purify it. A clean water supply is the difference between life and death. Don't wait. Prepare now. 8. Medical preparedness. Surviving without hospitals. After an asteroid impact, hospitals will be overwhelmed or destroyed. The ability to treat injuries, prevent infections, and manage chronic conditions will be vital for survival. Medical stockpile essentials. Your medical kit should include first aid basics, bandages, gauze, antiseptics, wound closures. Antibiotics. Fish antibiotics can be a last resort alternative. Pain relievers, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, aspirin. Antiseptics and disinfectants, alcohol, iodine, hydrogen peroxide. Burn treatment, silver sulfathiazine, aloe, sterile dressings. Medical tools, scalpel, tweezers, sutures, trauma shears, long-term health strategies, wound care, and infection prevention. Infections will be deadly without antibiotics. Keep wounds clean and covered. Chronic condition management. If you rely on prescription meds, stockpile as much as possible or research natural alternatives. Emergency dental care. A bad tooth infection can be fatal. Learn basic dental care and have temporary filling kits. Sanitation and hygiene. Diseases will spread rapidly if hygiene breaks down. Stockpile soap, bleach, and feminine hygiene products. A medical emergency can turn life-threatening fast. The more you prepare, the better your chances. 9. Defense and security. In a post-impact world, an asteroid impact won't just cause destruction. It will create desperate survivors willing to do anything for food, water, and shelter. Defending yourself, your family, and your resources will be non-negotiable. Fortifying your shelter. Reinforce doors and windows. Use plywood, metal bars, or sandbags to prevent break-ins. Create choke points. Funnel potential intruders into areas where you have the advantage. Underground bunkers or hidden rooms. Conceal supplies to avoid looters. Perimeter alarms. Use tripwires, cans with rocks, or motion detectors to detect threats. Personal defense and weapons firearms. A rifle and a handgun are essentials for security. Train with them now, not later. Non-lethal options. Pepper spray, stun guns, and batons offer additional protection. Blades and tools. A good knife can serve as a weapon and survival tool. Situational awareness. The best defense is avoiding danger altogether. Community and tactical strategy. Build alliances. Lone wolves don't last. Find trustworthy people to form a mutual defense group. Have an escape plan. If your shelter is compromised, know where you'll go next. Control information. Never let outsiders know what you have. Desperation makes people dangerous. In a lawless world, survival belongs to those who can defend themselves. Be ready. Now that you have food, water, medical supplies, and security covered, it's time to bring everything together for your ultimate asteroid survival plan in Section 10. 10. Final thoughts. Stay ready. Stay alive. NASA assures us that the chances of 2024 YR4 hitting Earth remain low, but as preppers, we know that low probability does not mean zero risk. Time and time again, we've seen disasters, both natural and man-made, catch the world off guard. Governments and institutions always promise solutions, but when catastrophe strikes, resources are stretched thin, and help is often too little too late. That's why we prepare, not out of paranoia, but out of necessity. If 2024 YR4 impacts Earth, the world as we know it will change overnight. Food supply chains will collapse, cities may be reduced to rubble, and emergency services will be overwhelmed. Those who are unprepared will panic, resorting to desperate measures. Those who have planned ahead, who have food, water, shelter, and a survival strategy, will not just survive, they will thrive. No matter what happens, self-sufficiency is power. Learn to grow your own food, defend yourself, and live without modern comforts. Prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. And most importantly, stay vigilant. Because when the world is caught off guard, you'll already be 10 steps ahead. Hit that subscribe button for more survival guides. Because when disaster strikes, the time for preparation is over. Stay ready, stay alive. In this video, we dive deep into the growing threat of Asteroid 2024 YR4, a nearly 200-foot wide space rock that has a 1.3% chance of striking Earth on December 22, 2032, according to NASA's latest updates. This might seem like a small risk, but when we're talking about a city-destroying asteroid with the potential to cause catastrophic damage, even a 1 in 77 chance demands our attention. Experts believe the impact could be comparable to the Tunguska event of 1908, with the possibility of a massive airburst explosion or an impact that creates a devastating crater. In this video, we'll show you how to prepare for such an event, from fortifying your shelter, creating emergency plans, to securing resources before the asteroid's potential impact. You'll learn practical survival strategies to ensure your family's safety, including tips on defending your home from looters in the aftermath, preparing for an evacuation, and dealing with the chaos after the impact. Don't wait until the last minute. Take action now to increase your chances of survival. Subscribe now for more crucial survival information, and make sure to comment below with your thoughts on the asteroid threat and your prepping strategies. We'd love to hear how you're preparing for potential disasters and what steps you've taken to safeguard your loved ones.